Hello guys, welcome back. Today, continuing with the previous video, we are going to solve the exercise 3.2 by using the method of substitution. So guys, we have studied these three results in my first video. Based on these results, I am going to solve some of the problems of exercise 3.2 and also we are going to derive some of the formulas using these results, and also there I am going to give you 4 techniques to easily solve exercise 3.2 of chapter integration. So the first formula which we have not seen in my previous video is integration of tan x. We know the integration of sec square x, sec x tan x, but we have not got the formula for integration of tan x. So here I give you the formula, that is log of sec x. Let's see how it has come. That is integration of tan x dx. We are going to see the workout now. That is, if I multiply tan and divide by sec x, so here we get it as tan x into sec x upon sec x. If we now see at the first result, that is f dash x upon f of x. So we derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x and the function is sec x. So we here get, by using this result, we can directly write the answer as log of sec x. So we have got the formula for tan x. Similarly, I am going to give you other formulas, but you can get the workout in your textbook. So directly I will write down all the formulas now. So integration of cot x now. Integration of cot x dx is nothing but log of sin x plus c. Third, we have integration of sec x, that is secant x dx. We get it as log of sec x secant x plus tan x plus c. We have one more formula for secant x, which is used when we have to verify right hand side and left hand side. So it is log of tan pi by 2 plus x by 2 plus c, and last for integration of cosec x dx, we have the formula as log of cosec x minus cot x plus c. These are some of the formula that will be useful for you in solving exercise 3.2a. Now let's see the methods used in this exercise 3.a. If you will follow these techniques, exercise 3.2a will be very easy for you. So let's see the method of substitution involved in this exercise. There are some techniques related to it. Let's see the technique number 1. Look for f of x and f dash of x, that is function and its derivative, in the problem, and substitute the function as t. When you substitute it, the sums become really easy and you can solve it very quickly. Technique number 2. If the function and its derivative are not visible, means if they are not visible, then we have to multiply and divide to make them look similar to function and its derivative. That time we have to substitute the function as t, and then we will solve the problem. Substitute bad angle and bad power as t. So the powers which are like x raised to 5, x raised to 3 or something very weird, that time you have to substitute that angle or power as t. And last technique, that is create the denominator in the numerator. This is the easiest that you can do to solve the problem. So let's begin with exercise 3.2a. For your kind information, I am going to solve question number 1 in this video of exercise 3.2a, and main question number 2 will be solved in my next video. So let's start with the first sum. So here is the question that I am going to solve. It is from your main question number 1 itself. So let's start. Let, as usual, I equal to integration of sin inverse x raised to 3 by 2 upon under root 1 minus x square dx. Now let's see how we can apply our results here. So integration of sine inverse x raised to 3 by 2, and if you will carefully see through it, 1 upon under root 1 minus x square dx. So the derivative of sine inverse x is under root 1 minus x square. So if we take this as f dash of x, so I will write the result here, f of x raised to n. So this is our f of x raised to n, and we have the derivative of it besides it, that is f dash of x into dx, that is nothing but f of x function itself raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So directly applying this result in our question, so we get here it as sine inverse x raised to 3 by 2, which is n, plus 1 upon 3 by 2 plus 1 plus c. So sine inverse x raised to 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2 plus c, which is further as 2 by 5 sine inverse x raised to 5 by 2 plus c. So here we have done with the first sum using the third result from our result section. So this is the second question we are going to start here. So let's start. Let I equal to integration of x square plus 2 upon x square plus 1 into a raised to x plus tan inverse x dx. The question looks very lengthy, but the solution is very easy. Let's see it now. To solve this problem easily, this is a bad power, which is very complicated term we are getting here. So let's make this sum simpler by substituting something. So let's say put x plus tan inverse x, which is the power, as t. So when we will differentiate this, so let's differentiate with respect to x. So when we differentiate x, it's become 1 plus. So when we differentiate tan inverse x, we get it as 1 plus x square. And here when we differentiate t, it's become dt with respect to x. So let's simplify this. Then we get here it as something x square plus 1 upon x square plus 1 is equal to dt by dx. So x square plus 2 upon x square plus 1 dx is equals to dt. So why we have done this all? See, when we substitute t, the whole of our question should be converted into the form of t. Otherwise, if we will, means it's the rule of integration that it should have only one variable and the operator should correlate with that variable. So if we are going to substitute this bad power as t, then we have to convert this dx also to t, and this remaining terms also in the form of t. So we have done this whole process of differentiating and making it convertible to t. So if you will see this whole term, that is x square plus 1 dx upon x square plus 2. So this whole term is present here, see, in the question. Now just I have to write this whole term as dt. See, let's write it. Therefore, I will now become, this whole term will become dt, and we have substituted this as t. So a raised to t into dt. See, we have, by substituting just a single term, we have converted the whole problem just it as a raised to t dt. That is nothing but a raised to x dx. See, instead of x we have t. So when we apply the formula, it becomes a raised to t upon log of a plus c. But now you will say the question is in the terms of x and answer will be in the terms of t. No, we have to resubstitute the terms. So once we are done with the integration part, once we have integrated the term, we have to resubstitute the value. So it will become a raised to x plus tan inverse x upon log a plus c. So simply just by substituting a term we have solved the question number 2. So see, if you will apply the basic logic and substitute some of the powers and everything, you will get the answers easily. So now we are going for the third sum. Let's start with it. Let I equal to integration of sin raised to 4x into cos raised to 3x. Very hard to understand. So let's begin with substitution part first. Let's put here sin x equal to t. So when we substitute sin x as t, what will be the differential value of, so we have to first write here differentiate with respect to x. When we will differentiate this with respect to x, this will become cos x dx equal to dt. So now when I write the question back again, so sin x, instead of sin x I have to write t. So this will be t raised to 4. Simple. And when I will see here cos square x into cos x dx. So I have got the term cos x dx which I have to substitute as dt. So integration of t raised to 4 into cos square x dt. Now you will see there are two variables. So let's convert this cos square x into sin x terms so that we get to substitute their t. So t raised to 4 into 1 minus sin square x by using the identity dt. So then I will write it here as t raised to 4 into 1 minus sin x is nothing but t, so t square dt. So further simplifying the brackets, so t raised to 4 minus t raised to 6 dt. So while integrating it will become t raised to 4 dt minus integral t raised to 6 dt. So integration of t raised to 4 is t raised to 5 by 5 and integration of t raised to 6 is t raised to 7 by 7 plus c. So t, obviously the answer should be in the terms of x. So when we will substitute, we have to resubstitute this t as sin x. So it will be nothing but sin x raised to 5 upon 5 minus sin x raised to 7 upon 7 plus c. So we have, by substituting just sin x and using one identity, we have solved the problem so easily. So till now we have used the method, two different methods to solve the problems. This is a little tricky sum. Let's see. Let's solve it. Let I equal to integration of root tan x upon sin x into cos x dx. So let's begin. So first we are not going to use any method here. We are going to just manipulate the question to bring it in the form of result that we have. So we have root tan x. We know somehow we have to get sec in the secant x so that we can solve this sum easily. So let's convert this whole into tan and secant x. So sin x, I am going to divide here by cos x and multiply again by cos x. So cos x into cos x becomes cos x square dx. So when I go and solve this, this will become root tan x. This cos square x, when it comes in the numerator, 1 upon cos square x is secant square x upon tan x dx. So integration of root tan x upon tan x becomes secant square x upon root tan x dx. So now if you will see, we can apply this result. F dash of x upon root of f of x dx is equals to 2 root f of x plus c, because differentiation of tan x is secant square x. So the answer will be 2 root tan x plus c. So we have solved the problem just by manipulating the question by multiplying and dividing something and applying a small result. Proceeding further with the next sum. This is the most simplest sum that you can have in the whole exercise. See, this is 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10. So let's begin. Let I equal to integration of 10 into x raised to 9 plus 10 raised to x into log 10 upon 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10 dx. So if you will see, derivative of 10 raised to x, that is a raised to x is a raised to x log a. So 10 raised to x is 10 raised to x log 10, and x raised to 10 is 10x raised to 9. So here we apply the result as f dash of x upon f of x dx is equals to log f of x plus c. So without solving or anything, just by looking at the sum you should get to know. So here we directly get the answer as log 10 raised to x plus x raised to 10 plus c. Solve the sum. So let's go for the next sum. This is a little lengthy sum, but don't worry, we will solve it very fast. So let's start. Let I equal to integration of 5 minus 3x upon into 2 minus 3x raised to minus half dx. So now we have here two equations multiplied by each other. Whenever you see this type of sums where a constant minus variable, a constant into variable raised to some power is there, then you have to substitute the term which is raised to the power. So here we have the term 2 minus 3x which is raised to a power, so we will substitute this as t. So but in the sum aside we have the question as 3x remaining there, so we have to substitute 3x also here. So we will take this as 3x equal to 2 minus t. Further x will be, further we need value of x because we have to differentiate it also. So 2 by 3 minus t by 3 when we take this 3 in the denominator. So differentiating this with respect to x, so we get here it as dx equal to, differentiation of a constant is 0, so we will not consider it, and this minus sign, so minus 1 by 3 constant, and differentiation of t is 1, but here it's with respect to x, so we have to write it as dt. So dx equal to minus 1 by 3 dt. So we have to substitute this dx as minus 1 by 3 dt. So let's convert our sum in terms of t. So 5 minus 3x. So 3x is nothing but 2 minus t. So 5 minus, let's convert this to square brackets and take this in another round brackets, into 2 minus 3x is t. So this t raised to minus half into dt is, dx is nothing but minus 1 by 3 dt. So let's simplify the sum so that we can solve it easily more. So 5 minus 2 plus t into t raised to minus half. So let's take this as minus 1 by 3 which is constant, whole as out, and dt. So minus 1 by 3 integration 5 minus 2 is 3, and that when we open the another bracket, this t raised to minus half gets multiplied inside, plus t into t raised to minus half dt. So further minus 1 by 3 integration, we will put this here, so 3t raised to minus half plus dt plus integration of 1 minus half, so it will be t raised to half only with and dt. So here we go for integration ahead, minus half 3 constant, so this is x raised to n formula we have to apply, that is x raised to n plus 1. So t raised to minus half plus 1 is half upon half plus half plus 1 is 3 by 2, t raised to 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 plus c. So now we have got almost the answer, but we have to resubstitute, don't forget about resubstitution. So 3, when this 2 will go in numerator, t raised to half, plus this 2 will go in numerator, 2 by 3, t raised to 3 by 2, plus c. So proceeding further with that on the sum, when we open the inside brackets also, so we get it as 2 t raised to half, minus sign is still outside only, 2 t raised to half plus 2 by 9 t raised to 3 by 2 plus c. So minus, when we resubstitute the value for t is nothing but 2 minus 3x. So just write 2 minus 3x raised to half plus 2 by 9, 2 minus 3x raised to 3 by 2 plus c. So we are finished with another problem as well. So let's begin with the next sum. So here they have already given it is equal to I. So proceeding further with the sum, I equal to integration of x square upon under root. So if you will get to see, this is 3 square. So let's write it as 3 square minus x cube the whole square dx. Integration is all about how you manipulate the basic sum to get the desired output. So here we get 3 square minus x cube the whole square. Now if you will see, if I put x cube as t, I get it as 3x square. So let's write it out. Put x cube equal to t. So when I differentiate this with respect to x, I get it as 3x square equal to dt. Differentiate t with respect to x. So this x square dx is nothing but dt by 3. So we have this x square dx in our question. So just replace this x square dx with dt by 3 and rest. Let's see ahead. Then I will be equal to, so the x square dx part we will substitute, and further this will be 3 square minus t square into dt by 3, which is dx. We have substituted. So 1 by 3, which is constant, we will take it out. Now let's convert to get the integration of some of the most important that you have seen in differentiation, that is the differentiation of sine inverse x. So d by dx of sine inverse x is 1 upon root of 1 minus x square. So here we should get 1. So let's convert this sum in this type so that we get the answer quickly. So I am taking 3 square out as common. So I get 1 minus t square upon 3 square dt. So when I take this 3 square out of the square root gets removed and it becomes 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 integration 1 upon under root 1 minus t by 3 the whole square dt. So if you will see 1 minus x square. So when I will integrate with this, it will become this 3 into 3 9 sine inverse of t by 3 plus c. C is so simple. By using differentiation formula and substituting a higher term to make it lower, we have got the answer. Now let's resubstitute because we need the answer in terms of x. So sine inverse x cube by 3 plus c. So we are finished with one more problem here. So till now I have got a very good response from all the viewers. From some of the comments I got to know that they are telling me to put the solutions. So for today's lecture I have solved the whole question number 1 for you, and I have put it in the link for that PDF in the description box. Go through it and again like, share and comment on this video, and stay tuned for my next video to solve the question number 2 of the same exercise.